And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
Want the parties cannot solve a dispute, no. Community court is there to solve the problem. See?
All rise for the most honorable Judge William Law III.
Well, you all may be seated. William Law III, I'm required by my contract in this court to state that I'm the third of an offspring of two prior William Laws.
Duly noted, Judge.
Well, thank you. All right, well, what we got in the courtroom today is we've got our plaintiff here, Mr. Hortense Click Walton.
Yes.
Hello, Hortense. How you doing?
Yes. I've been better.
All right. Well, you've brought a lawsuit against Justin Bieber for trying to be a better man or boy. Justin, I'd lose track of your age. You look like a 6-year-old still, but that's my personal opinion.
Come on, guys. I'm 22 years old now. I'm an adult. Okay. And, I have the right to not only be here, but I have the right to defend myself.
Yes, and you also have the right to be irresponsible.
Yeah. I understand where you're coming from because you want to make money off of me, okay?
Yes.
But that's not like my life. My life purpose is not money anymore, hence why my new tour is called the Purpose World Tour, all right? I have a new purpose in life.
Mr. Bieber, you're here because you have been served a subpoena. So you are required to be here by law. Mr. Hortense, can you please describe the details of this lawsuit?
Yes. For the past 5 years, I've made a living taking pictures of Mr. Bieber, the defendant, and those pictures they made money. They fed myself and my family. They put my children into top-notch private schools, and now that Mr. Bieber has, and I quote, turned over a new leaf, I can't feed my family anymore.
Well, what kind of pictures were these, sir?
Some of them were nudes of him on the beach. Others were of him with a prostitute in Brazil. Some of them were of him just drinking outside of his shows. It was Mr. Bieber engaging in his daily activities.
Well, these nudes, could you describe those more, please?
Yes. Mr. Bieber was walking into a lagoon, and I was up on a cliff. I had a telephoto lens. It was a Nikon 785 that I purchased because of Mr. Bieber, and he was stepping into a lagoon. He was buck naked. There was a young lady with him, but she was not in the photos.
So I want to get this straight, Mr. Walton. So you're saying these were compromising photos?
Some of them, yes, but most of them were just Mr. Bieber engaging in activities that I would not approve of any of my children.
So lewd acts, you can say the word.
Some were lewd, some were just mischievous and naughty.
All right. Just to make sure I get the facts straight before I have you respond, Mr. Bieber, what's up with the telephoto lens?
Well, I don't. Mr. Bieber likes to maintain a perimeter of security, so if I want to get the best shots, sometimes I have to be far away.
All right. So you weren't focusing in on a baby Bieber, were you?
No. No, I was focusing on Mr. Bieber.
Well, his baby Bieber.
No.
Judge, objection. I'm 22 years old now. I don't have to be referred to as Baby Bieber anymore. I'm not just a YouTube star. And yes,
I'm talking about your organ, Mr. Bieber, without using the word. It's called a metaphor, sir.
I understand. I'm facing another lawsuit from Calvin Klein Underwear because I don't fill out the underwear under my contract. But that's a different case, and that's not pertinent right here, I don't think.
I think it's all pertinent, sir, so you may expand on that and just direct it to this case.
Okay, well, what happened was because I was claiming that my package and my performance arts were better than they really are. And at the end of the day, Calvin Klein found that out when we did our first photo shoot in Milan, and they had to stuff my underwear with, tiramisu is what they used. It's the most natural substitute for genitalia.
Objection, Your Honor.
What's the objection?
You seem... I object to your preoccupation with Mr. Bieber's manhood. What's at stake here are my children are starving, sir.
Bailiff.
Yeah, Judge. I will restrain the plaintiff.
Yeah, duct taping the lower lip of Mr. Walton, please. Mr. Bieber, I want to hear your counterclaim here. I understand there's a counterclaim.
Correct. My claim is like, I have a new purpose, and that's the name of my tour. It's the Purpose World Tour. Like, come on, guys, it's purpose, right? And I've actually now, I'm like almost like in the Game of Thrones. I'm Unsullied. Okay, I don't even have a package anymore, and my purpose is to just serve good and not have to worry about how I look in underwear or how I look on a new beach with one of the many women that I've happened to stumble across in my
All
life.
right, Mr. Bieber, I need to interrupt for a second. Are you saying that you had your package removed and you are like a Ken doll with just a bump?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's kind of sad now to admit it, but this is a court case, so I guess I should be honest because they say don't lie in court.
No, I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Bieber. I know you've lied in the past in court, and so I just want to get this clear. So you had your personage removed down under, and you have a bump now. So the counterclaim is what, sir?
The counterclaim is like that, I'm not going to provide photos anymore. And so what I'm doing is I want to sue for all the money he made on me from taking photos before I had my new purpose and turned over a new leaf.
All
And I calculated because I got his tax returns, and Donald Trump helped me get his tax returns, and the tax returns stated that he made $475,000 on the photos he took of me alone.
Do you have those tax returns with you?
I do, right here,
Could you
Judge.
hand them to the bailiff, please?
Oh, wow. This is here you go, Judge. A lot of paper.
Thank you. I'll scan through these. Mr. Hortense?
Yes.
I do have here these figures. Yeah, $425,675. Is that correct, sir?
I mean, I don't know the numbers offhand, but that
Approximately,
sounds about
sir.
right. Yes.
That's almost $500,000.
Well, amortized over 4 years, that is, I mean, it's a reasonable sum for a paparazzo.
Yeah, Judge, objection. He's got his lip still taped, and I can't understand anything he's trying
Bailiff,
to say.
could you rip that tape off Mr. Watkins' lip?
With pleasure, Judge.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Mr. Watkins, now could you,
My name is Walton.
I'm sorry, my next case is Watkins, and my sister's name is Watkins, and she's got a birthday party I got to get to, so excuse me. Sir, proceed with your lip on tape.
Yes, that number is correct over the past 4 years. 5 years, actually. Excuse me.
So, sir, what I have here is the Purpose World Tour as what Mr. Bieber is now involved in.
Yes.
And Mr. Bieber, could you give us a little more information about your world tour?
Yes, so my purpose now in this tour is to spread greatness and humility and love and peace to the rest of the world. So like I just had a concert in Munich, Germany. And so what I did is afterwards I went to Oktoberfest and I drank some beer because the Germans have the greatest beer in the world. So I paid homage to their greatness.
Yeah, and no one wants a picture of Justin Bieber legally drinking a single beer. That doesn't put food in my kids' mouths, Justin.
Well, unfortunately, they didn't let me bring my Lamborghini over there. Okay, so I can't crash it like I did in Florida or my Ferrari because the Germans have better cars. They have Porsches and Audis and Mercedes and BMWs and stuff.
Well, you could have stolen one. Did you ever think about that?
Well, I did actually think about it, and it's tough. Its rehabilitation takes a long time. Matter of fact, this whole purpose tour started with intervention. I got sat down with my agent and a couple Wicca people, and they gave me an intervention to make me a better person. And that's when
Mr.
I became
Bieber,
unsullied.
I want to get, are you still drinking beer, Mr. Bieber?
I am. The Spaten is fantastic, by the way, in Munich. It's excellent beer, So, like, come on, guys. It's great beer.
Mr. Walton, you're crying.
Keep crying over there, buddy, because you're not making any money off me, and you owe me $425,000.
I don't owe you anything. I'm just thinking about my poor children, Rebecca and Sam, who are going to starve because I can't provide them for any food because Mr. Bieber wants to be a good person.
Mr. Walton, I understand both your children are wheelchair bound. Is that true?
Yes. They were born with no feet.
And I understand those wheelchairs are the Mercedes 220 model.
Yes, they're the best wheelchairs on the market.
I understand.
I love my children.
I understand that the wholesale price on those are $250,000 each. Is that correct?
I am in ridiculous debt. Because of these wheelchairs.
And you're going to be like in more debt if I win the countersuit. But I tell you what, I'll make a peace offering here, Judge, because I'm on a purpose to do great, good things.
Present your purpose,
Okay.
Mr. Bieber.
My purpose is I'm going to upgrade his wheelchairs to 565 SEL wheelchairs, and I will remove the debt that he has and give their children a purpose. They have 31 days to do good to the world because they're going to die from starvation within that time.
Mr. Bieber, let me get this straight. You're saying that you wish death upon Mr. Walton's children?
Everyone has a purpose.
So you're saying that death would serve a purpose?
That would, just like my world tour.
All right. Any last words from you, Mr. Walton? Bailiff, could we hand a box of Kleenex to Mr. Walton, please?
With
He's
pleasure.
drooling all over the box. All right, let me give you my ruling here. All right, I need 2 1/8 seconds. All right, after looking at all the evidence here and understanding that Mr. Walton, you were exploiting Mr. Bieber, I rule in the countersuit and the settlement based on what Mr. Bieber presented to you to settle for 2 565 SEL Mercedes-Benz wheelchairs for your children. And Mr. Bieber, I order you to have your bump sewed back on and get back out there and take your clothes off.
Stay tuned for Talking Points with Shabazz Davis. And make sure to give the Wincast your suggestions during the break on what topic Shabazz should swing a bat at. Next on Mile High Sports Radio.